Hey, welcome back to Relax Radio. This is me, Nick, keeping you guys company all the way until 4 p.m. And this is a real talk in a way we're trying to keep it 100% real. And there's I was talking about a lot of serious stuff that's happening in the UK. Well, we have actually more than serious stuff. We got some good news actually that's happening. So, about 2 million of the UK's lowest paid workers will get a pay rise. Yeah, that's from Thursday as the minimum wage goes up. So yeah, the national living wage will rise from 2.2% to £8, um and that is just crazy. That is happening and all of that. Yeah, like I said, we were talking about a lot of these stuff that is happening in the UK, and one of these things is how the UK, 2 million of the UK's lowest paid workers will get a pay rise of nearly how much do we got here? Like 2.2%. Yeah, that's right. 2.2% is what the pay rise is supposed to be like, basically. So from Thursday onwards, all the minimum wage will go up. So that's like 88 £8 91 cents. So yeah, that's crazy. The equivalent of more than just £345 a year for a full-time employee. So yeah, that's also going to be given to the people, the age groups between the ages of 23, 24 for the first time. Yeah, that's the first time they're initiating this, and it's not just for those aged 25 and above. So yeah, statutory rates for apprentices and those aged between 18 and 22 will also see a rise along with the voluntary real living wage. So yeah, hundreds of people, hundreds and thousands of people, with low paid workers on furlough will not see an uplift at all since they were excluded. So yeah, minister said the increase to minimum wages would particularly benefit workers in sectors such as retail, hospitality, cleaning, and maintenance. So yeah, that's just some of the places and the sectors, that will benefit from all of this. And Prime Minister Boris Johnson said it would be a welcome boost to families right across the UK. So yeah, Business Secretary Kwasi Kwarteng urged that all workers to check their pay packets to ensure that they're getting what they are entitled to and remind employers of their duty to pay the correct wage. So yeah, the minimum wage, increases from the 1st of April, which is, yeah, that's happening. So from £8.72 to £8.91 an hour for workers over the age of 23. And from those, between the age of 21 to 22, they get a rise from 8.20 pounds to 8.36 pounds. And from those between the age of 18 to 20, they get a rise from 6.45 pounds to 6.56 pounds. And the others under the age of 18 will get a rise from 4.55 pounds to 4.62 pounds. And apprentices will get a rise from 4.15 pounds to 4.30 pounds for the apprentices. Yeah, so those are the price ranges of essentially all of the people who will be getting a minimum wage increment. So yeah, the voluntary real living wage will rise, to $10 to £10 point 85 pence an hour in London, and outside £9.50 outside the capital, but only a small minority of employers have signed up to pay it. So yeah, the foundation promoting it warned that there will still be a substantial gap between the statutory rates and one based on the actual cost of living. So yeah, much of the UK's retail and hospitality industries rather remain closed because of COVID, meaning most of the these lowest paid workers are on furlough and will miss out on a pay rise. So they continue to get at least 80% of their usual income based on pre-pandemic rates for the minimum wage. So yeah, about 800,000 of the lowest paid workers were on furlough in February, according to the House of Commons Library. And the government said furlough workers who return to work after April 1st would move on to the new minimum wage rates for hours worked. So yeah, but however, though, Shadow Chancellor Annalise Doods said, hits out at the pay freeze for furloughed workers, saying hitting Britain's families in their pockets isn't just wrong, it's economically illiterate. And if families have less money to spend, then business will suffer and the recovery will take longer, she said. So yeah, Frances O'Grady, General Secretary of the Trades Union Congress, also said nobody should be expected to be but to get by, on less than the minimum wage. So yeah, she further states, low paid workers on furlough have bills to pay just like everyone else. And she also says that the government should guarantee that everyone will get at least the full rate of the minimum wage. And it should be, it should be given that to all of the minimum wage workers, and they should be given a decent pay rise. Yeah, that's what they're saying. And Mike Hawkins, though, of the Joseph Rowntree Foundation, described the boost to the minimum wage as necessary, but said that the pandemic had revealed the urgency of taking further steps to tackle in work poverty. And, he says, as we start to recover from the impact of last year, too many workers are finding that the minimum wage increases are being wiped out due to inadequate social security, insufficient hours, available to them, and, the high cost of living. So yeah, Brian Sanderson, also the chairman of the Low Pay Commission, who recommends, the level at which the minimum wage should be set, said this week's increase is our first step towards the government's target of 2/3 of median earnings. So yeah, it is a real terms increase, meaning that an hour's work can buy more than it could last at the start of the pandemic. So yeah, the level of the new rise, however, could also reflect the need to protect workers from job losses, because that is also a possibility. It's a possibility for people to even lose their jobs because of these pay rises. So the commission said, its best estimate for the national living wage rate in 2022 was a 9.42 pounds. So yeah, but this is, subject to more uncertainty than usual and is likely to change. So yeah, this rise, in the legal minimum wage is going to be, it's going to welcome, particularly as most households across the UK are also seeing their bills go up from the start of April. Planned prices kick in for gas, electricity, council tax, water charges, the license fee, the TV and broadband rates, and the NHS prescription charges in England. So that's going to be a stretch for a lot of people. There's going to be, even though people are going to be getting a pay hike, there is also going to be rises in all of these, all of these facilities like gas, electricity, council tax, and water charges, and all of that. So for those minimum wage staffs, who are on furlough at the moment, the news is going to be even harder. They're going to struggle even more because of this. So pay for those, who would normally be working in bars, restaurants, those hairdressers, barbershops, and hotels, will continue to be based on 80% of their pre-COVID earnings. So yeah, they won't be getting the new pay rise until they start to go to work again. But given the timetable on easing restrictions, many may be heading back to full employment very soon. Hopefully, like I said, if we maintain what we're doing, and if we make sure we are accountable for what we are doing right now, and we stay, we maintain all that social distancing, all the more reason we can come out of this back to normal. I mean, hey, once the vaccines are here, everyone will be vaccinated by the time June 21st hits. So hopefully everyone, does their part. You play your part right, and the country will get back to normal. And with that, we are going to take a real quick break. But don't go anywhere, because we will be right back. And this is me, Nick, keeping you company on a Real Talk.